let's take a look at our top selections for Dan Illman, Mike Beer, taking a look at the co-feature at Belmont Park on Sunday, October the 11th. Let's throw up the field for race number 9, the Grade 3 Matron Stakes. 2-year-old fillies going 3/4 of a mile on the inner turf course. Wesley Ward has the 7 Royal approval, Mike. 9-5 on the morning line off an open links victory at Kentucky Downs last time out. The main competition could come from the 8 Magisterium, first time North America for Christophe Clement. And then we've got several horses trying turf for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, there's form on the outside. I expect those 2 horses to take some money in here. And other than that, you know, it's a little hard to know what you're going to get from some of these horses, Dan. Some horses switching over for the first time, I guess, to take a shot. Some of them do have a little bit of pedigree, I guess. But it just feels like one of them is going to have to really, really like the turf to go with the 7 and the 8.
I think one of the certainties of this race is that the 6 Niente is going to make the lead, as we see on the Timeform US pace projector. Niente has only raced once. She showed big speed at Parks, and she held off Vequist at the wire. And of course, Vequist came back to flatter that form, winning the spin away. Are you kind of surprised they're running her on turf?
Very surprised that they're running her on turf. It'll be interesting to see what happens too. I don't know what the reason is that they're running here, but she certainly ran well first time out. There's just not a lot of turf pedigree to go on with this horse.
Number 1, who is expected to be close to the pace, is Rosso Veloce. This is a New York bred by Girolamo, who wins 9% with first-time turf runners. The dam was placed on the surface. This one's been working on the turf for Ray Handel. I just remember from watching her run at Saratoga, I thought from her action she might end up being a turf horse, and she has a little bit of speed. She just didn't move on with it in her second lifetime start on dirt, so I understand why you take a shot here.
Yeah, she does have an awful lot of speed, though. I liked her debut quite a bit. I thought that was a good pace. She took pressure up there. I liked the way that she dug in to hold on at the end to win. And listen, you know, she just chased a better horse last time. The winner of that, Niente, who was unfortunately injured during that race, was just really good that day, a very fast filly. And Rosso Veloce just tired after chasing her. But overall, I think her dirt form is fine, and she does have pedigree for grass.
I think the 2 Fabricate's an intriguing new face. She's by first crop sire Speightster, who's 0 for 6 with his first-time turf runners, but we have no idea how Speightster will do as a turf sire. It's too early to tell. The dam won 3 races on the grass, and I think a very good point about this filly is she won first time out for Ian Wilkes, a trainer that very rarely wins with those kind of horses. She then ran a good third in a fast edition of the Debutante on dirt. And last time out, I don't think the trip really worked out for her in the Pocahontas. I like her cutting back in distance. I think she has enough turf pedigree and she can make one run.
She does have enough turf pedigree, so we'll see what happens. And listen, maybe it's just as simple as getting her, you know, cut back down in distance again, Dan, over a surface that she is bred to handle. We'll see if all that works out. I get that Ian Wilkes doesn't crank up his first-time starters. I didn't love this horse's debut. To me, that was just a situation where she got a perfect trip and sort of took advantage.
Union Gables, another first-time turf runner, this one by Speightstown, 13% winners from first turf runners. The dam was unraced on the surface. This was a debut winner for the underrated Gary Gullo, went over to Todd Pletcher. They wanted to run her on the turf in the P.G. Johnson, and she ran third. Or was she an MTO, Mike?
She was entered main track only that day. Obviously, bumping into Simply Ravishing didn't help her cause. Now Pletcher is going to enter her for turf in this race, so we'll see what happens. Did not enter her for turf last time. I get that the Speightstowns can do anything. This is all dirt on the dam side of this pedigree, though, Dan.
Simply Ravishing, of course, came back to win the Grade 1 Alcibiades and is now a leading contender for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. Amalfi Princess does have turf form. She's still a maiden. Let's watch her career debut at Kentucky Downs for the always dangerous Mike Makerbarn. This just made a little mid-race move, Mike. She's on the outside right now in those familiar 3 diamond silks. She's 3 pass off the rail in the second flight. And it looks like for a second that she's going to make a good run into this. And she flattens out, maybe like a filly that needed this debut. And Maker sometimes doesn't have them really cranked to go first time out. The fact that Maker's here makes me think that she's going to run a lot better.
Yeah, I agree with you. He isn't a guy, Mike Maker, that wins with a ton of first-time starters. So it does sort of feel like she might have needed that race. And listen, she didn't break that sharply. And then she had to steady a bit after that. And you saw the mid-race move that she made there before she got a little tired. She still looked a little bit green to me too, Dan. Just felt like a filly who really needed that first start.
Bravo Regina, another maiden. She's had 4 tries already on the dirt at Parks. The figure's middling. She's by Congrats 8% winners with first turf runners. She is a half to 2 turf winners, but she's going to have to do a lot better than what she's been performing on the dirt.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I just didn't really see anything to like about this filly.
Niente is also a half to 2 turf winners, and she's by Not This Time, who was a very promising first crop sire. He's gotten off to a hot start. He's 2 for 9 already with his first time turf runners. And listen, she showed big speed and she beat a grade 1 winner in her debut. What do you want?
No, I agree with that. And you know what? She showed big speed in that race too. After she got out broke a little bit in there, she didn't break right on top, but she just had really good speed to make the lead. I didn't love the way that she was drifting out late in that race. I mean, she was drifting out very badly at the end. That's probably not a great sign. And it's just sort of weird that this is her second career start. Maybe it'll work out for them.
7 is Royal Approval for Wesley Ward. Wesley thought enough to send her as a maiden over to Royal Ascot. She was well beaten at a big price, but she returned with a vengeance in a maiden race at Kentucky Downs. We're going to watch that right now. Like most Wesley Ward trained runners, she had good early speed. She's on the outside. As you take a look at her, she just looks like a tank of a filly by Tiz Now. She puts this horse away on the lead, and it is off to the races.
Yeah, and I got a good figure too. I mean, there's really not anything going on behind her in this race. She was up there on the pace with the horse who finishes second. And you can just see there's nobody running behind these 2 horses. I don't know if that takes away from her performance or not, Dan. The 79 buyer suggests that maybe she's just pretty good. And obviously her first 2 starts, I mean, listen, her stablemate Campanelle that she ran against in both of those races is really good, undefeated, won 2 major races in Europe this summer. I guess she's just a horse to beat in this race. We'll see what kind of price you can get on her.
Magisterium won 2 races overseas and then just missed last time out against males in a handicap where she didn't look like your typical European runner. She showed decent speed, chasing a loose pace setter. She ran right by that horse at about the 5/16 pole, and she fought gamely all the way down to the wire. Clement's only had her for a couple of months now. I wonder if he wanted one more work. Well, all trainers, I guess, want one more week or one more work into their horses. But this filly looked very promising.
That's what I thought. I mean, I thought she ran well in all 4 of her starts over there. 2 wins and 2 very close seconds. And you're right that she just looked like a handy kind of horse over there, Dan. I know the paces aren't generally as fast as they are over here, but she just kept right up close in her races. I thought she looked good every single time and ran really well last time against the boys. I think this horse is very interested in here.
And that's where we're going as we take a look at our top pick for the grade 3 matron. Magisterium is going to be our top selection. We have the same super cold, 8, 7, 1, and 6. Magisterium's a half to a group winner overseas. Clement, she's going to be tough.
Yeah, just not a lot of places to go in here. And I don't know, maybe it's as simple as Royal Approval is just too good for these horses, Dan, but I just kind of wasn't sold on that horse.
All right, so we'll see if we can get the 8-7-1-6 home in the grade 3 matron on Sunday. Approximate post time 5:20 Eastern. Good luck.